Hi y'all, this is Jenna from Delighting in Today, and I'm not gonna lie, this is like take number 920 from this video. It's really interesting trying to video yourself while having three little munchkins running around. So I'm hoping that this will be the very last take, and if we get interrupted that you'll just roll with me on it, okay? So I wanted to share with you today about curtains. I am hanging new curtains in my living room, and I just bought these pretty panels from Ikea. And when I opened up the package, I realized that there were several different methods that they had kind of incorporated into the curtain panel to allow you to hang it in different ways. And every different way that you hang it is going to achieve a different look. So I thought I would walk you through the curtain panel and show you the different methods that you could use. And then I've used so many different methods in my home. I thought I'd just show you around so you could see what it's going to look like depending on how you hang it. So when you're out curtain shopping or you're trying to figure out what you want to do, you can know what the different styles look like and how to achieve that style. Now, I'm obviously not going to be able to cover every curtain style that there ever was, but I'm going to share with you maybe the most common ones, or at least the ones that you can do with this new IKEA panel that I have. So let's go over that way, and we'll look at the curtain. Now, I'm having a party tomorrow, which is part of the reason why I want to get this curtain up, and part of the reason why this video is so impromptu. But so just ignore, anyway, the party, whatever, ignore, random piles you see. They will be cleaned up by tomorrow. This is real life in the Q household. So this is my new curtain that I got from Ikea. It's just a white, but it's really pretty. It's a good thickness. They call that hand. It has a good hand. The fabric is really nice, and it has a pretty texture to it. This particular one is called the Ritva, and it's 118 inches long, and I have really tall ceilings, so I need the long curtains in order to do the whole high and wide effect to let the most light in and make my windows look really tall. So I love that IKEA sells tall, long curtain panels at a good price. I think 2 panels of these was, one package has 2 panels in it, and I think it was about $35. So let's explore this panel a little bit. There's this pocket that goes all the way across the top of the panel. This is a rod pocket. You would just put your curtain rod all the way through that and you'd be done. Hang it up and you're done. So that's one option that you have. They also have these cool little fibrous things going on the back, and they're spaced every so often across the back of the curtain. And what you do is you slide your rod through them, and it creates this kind of deep, soft pleat that's very pretty. Or you can buy ring clips and clip it to the top of your panel, and that's another option. You can buy ring clips at IKEA, I know for sure, Joann's, Target, Amazon, just about anywhere, and you can have ring clips. Or my favorite thing that I'm really excited that they're offering is, you can see right here, if you look on the panel, you can kind of see these little pocket things. If you're familiar with pleater tape, then you know exactly what this is, but if you're not, then I'm going to tell you. What you do is you use a pleater hook, and IKEA sells them for really inexpensively. This is what it looks like. And they're either $2.99 or $2.50 for a box of 20. And here's what the package looks like. They're called Ricktag, I guess. And they come like this. I looked and looked and looked and looked and looked in the hardware, where all the ring clips were and the curtains and the curtain rods, and I couldn't find them. And so finally I asked a girl, and they're still in the curtain area, but they're kind of with a different section of hardware. So if you're having a hard time finding them, just ask an associate, and I'm sure they can tell you where they are. So what you do is you take both of these little metal prongs are going to slide in, and you kind of put it in the pocket and you slide it all the way up And then, well, really, you're going to have to kind of do two at the same time, but I can't do it one-handed. And then you pleat the fabric, so you gather, and then over here, you go through and you go all the way up and you slide it in. Oh, I actually did that pretty well one-handed. So I already did one for you over here. So this is what it looks like when you have it in. And it creates, I actually like a little bit of a deeper pleat, but this is what I did. So it kind of creates this pleat at the front. And then you can space them however you want. If you like lots of pleats, you put them close together. If you like, you know, not as many, you can spread them apart as much as you want. So, and then what you do is you buy this kind of a ring, and it's like a ring with an eyelid at the bottom there, and you string these on your curtain rod. Oh, I think you can buy these at Ikea, but I have really fat curtain rods, so I had to order mine off of Amazon. So you string this big part, obviously, on your curtain rod. And then once you have all your pleater clips in your panel, then you lift your panel up, and this will just hook onto there, and that's going to hang your curtain. Okay? So this is the look that I'm going for in my living room. So let me walk you over here and I'll show you the panel that I already have up. And there we go. So you can see that it has a crisp, clean pleat to it. And again, you can play around with it depending on what you want your pleats to look like. But I just really love this look. It's a pretty formal look. It's just beautiful. I love it. So that's kind of what it looks like. You can see the very top of the rings on the rod up there. And then let me show you the back side. You can kind of see where the pleater clips kind of hook in to the rings. So that's one method that you can use. As far as I know, this is new for Ikea. I've never noticed it before on any of their curtain panels, but you know, I don't change my curtains a whole lot, so maybe they've had it around for a while and I'm just like getting on the bandwagon with it. So that's one look. You can also do this. This is what I did in my dining room. So let's walk into there. And here's another curtain style that you can get. And those little fibery things that I was talking about on the back of the curtain, I just strung my curtain rod through those. And so it creates these nice, big, soft pleats, which I think is really pretty too. It's not quite as formal, but it's not really completely informal either. I think it's a really pretty look. So you can also do that. Or let's go in my family room and let me show you in my family room what I have going on. So everyone has probably done this, and if you haven't done it, you've probably seen it somewhere in Blog World or someone's home. But this is just your typical ring clip. It's the ring with the clip on it, and you just clip the top of your curtain panel with it, and you're done. So this I have in my family room. Ignore my like cool trim going on, right? I flipped my zebra over to get the white. I was trying to figure out how I wanted to trim out these curtains. I'm still undecided. So that's another look. I'm going to show you this panel over here because I haven't it doesn't get touched as much. So it hangs really prettily. This is a very informal look, but it's still really nice. These are not Ikea curtains, just so you know. Now let's go into my daughter's room. I've done a slightly different method in there, and we'll see what that looks like. Now I'm talking a lot about Ikea. I don't work for Ikea. They aren't paying me for this. These are just my opinions and what I think. If Ikea wants to pay me, I'm totally available. Just kidding. Well, not really, but that was a joke. Okay, so anyway, we're in Miss M's room. And again, this is another curtain from Ikea. It's really pretty. I love it. I think it's so sweet. It has this sweet little like textury pattern in it and these little like nubby things. And then I glued the pom-pom fringe on the edge just to give it a little something else and make it a little special. So let's look at the top. This curtain, I just used the rod pocket at the top. So it's that long continuous pocket that runs across the top of the panel, and you just put your rod through it. And so it kind of gives it this really gathery, ruffly effect. I think it works really well on shears. I'm not sure what it would look like if you used a thicker fabric, but you'd probably achieve a similar look, but not as bunchy and gathery. So that's pretty. You know, it's not my favorite look, but it definitely works. So let's go. I'm going to show you one more method, and then we'll be done. This is in my master bedroom, and if you've been reading the blog for very long, you have seen this room before and how I did my curtains. I made these panels out of a Robert Allen fabric called Cat's Cradle, and here's the top. This is how I hung them. And what I did is I just used those traditional ring clips, and what I did is I would pinch the fabric and then on the back like in a pleat, and then clip it with a ring clip. Okay, so that achieves this almost like faux pinch pleat look. And you can DIY the pinch pleat, and you buy pleater tape and sew it on there. I didn't know that existed when I made these panels, or I might have done that. But this is a little bit more relaxed pinch pleat. It's not as crisp. It's really pretty. It also hides your rod. If you, for some reason, want to hide your rod, then this might be something that you want to try. And, or if you just want to update the look that you have and use the hardware you have, and you have ring clips on hand, then there you go. It's just a simple way that you can change up your look with using maybe the supplies that you have on hand. So that's another method that you could hang your curtains. I definitely think it would work with the Ikea curtain because there's no reason why it wouldn't. So let's walk back out down my hallway, and let's look one more time at that Ikea panel just so that you can get it really solidified in your mind how the different methods work and what they look like. So you have the rod pocket here all the way across the top. This is like what was in Miss M's room in the nursery. Then you have these like fibery things that you slide your rod through. That was in the dining room. Now I kind of was like, why did they use these like fiber things? That's weird. And then I finally realized, I think the reason why they did it is if you choose not to use this method, they're not going to be all bunchy or anything on the back of your curtain. So they just will have a lot of flexibility. So they're not going to be in the way if you don't want to use them. You can use the ring clips on the top, just clip them on. You can do that faux pinch pleat I was talking about, so you would pinch your fabric and use your ring clip and clip on the back, just like that. Or you can use this pleater hook method with the rings like this to get that real more formal pinch pleat effect. So I did notice that the curtains I have in my dining room, they are these furlay. They have kind of like a modern gray pattern that's really pretty in them. They also seemed to have, if I remember correctly, they had, I know they definitely had this like fiber stuff because that's what I used. I'm pretty sure that they had the pinch pleat option, and maybe had the rod pocket. I'm not sure if they had the rod pocket. But so there you go. There's some ideas of how you can hang your curtains. And you know, I just really think, I really love that IKEA is offering so many options to us. I feel like they're staying in touch with the consumer and seeing what we want and then making it for us at a reasonable price so that we can have really beautiful things in our home. So I hope that was helpful. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments and maybe I can answer them and maybe I can't, but I will certainly try. So thanks for coming along. Bye. Hi y'all, this is Jenna from Delighting in Today, and I'm not gonna lie, this is like take number 920 from this video. It's really interesting trying to video yourself while having 3 little munchkins running around. So I'm hoping that this will be the very last take, and if we get interrupted that you'll just roll with me on it, okay? So I wanted to share with you today about curtains. I am hanging new curtains in my living room, and I just bought these pretty panels from Ikea. And when I opened up the package, I realized that there were several different methods that they had kind of incorporated into the curtain panel to allow you to hang it in different ways. And every different way that you hang it is going to achieve a different look. So I thought I would walk you through the curtain panel and show you the different methods that you could use. And then I've used so many different methods in my home. I thought I'd just show you around so you could see what it's going to look like depending on how you hang it. So when you're out curtain shopping or you're trying to figure out what you want to do, you can know what the different styles look like and how to achieve that style. Now, I'm obviously not going to be able to cover every curtain style